So tonight we kick off with a man that I've spent about 2 years trying to get up on this podium. So Ian Tickel from Domo, you kick off your first 7 minutes. Round of applause, please. You've got some space.
Cheers, thanks very much. Hi, good evening everybody. Thanks for coming tonight. My name is Ian Tickel. I'm responsible for Domo in Europe. Been there for about 3 years. Started with 4 people and now up to about 46, so relatively large growth. My background is I've been in cloud, SaaS, hosted when I started since 2003, so a relatively long time in the industry with regards to the transformation from on-premise to cloud, and also all the associated challenges that we face as organizations trying to build out sales organizations and support chains for that, as well as the ongoing client success. I worked in a variety of organizations, from startups where I tend to build or do transformational environments. I've been acquired several times, Omniture by Adobe, and then right now by Oracle. And prior to Domo, I was at Oracle for 4 years helping their cloud transformation, which was a fascinating process about how do you take a large organization and convert it into what's a very dynamic world that we live in. So one of the things James wanted me to talk about was, what have I seen across those cultures of small organizations and large organizations? Because acquisitions do happen if you're in a smaller company, and sometimes if you are in a larger company like Ollie was in LinkedIn, you do want to make the change and go to a smaller one. Is it possible? Can you do it? Are we the same character? Do we need to act the same way? How do we behave? And how do you handle that transformation? Because one of the things I saw when Right Now was acquired by Oracle was the minds that shut before they even gave Oracle a chance, because of the preconceived ideas about what a large organization looked like. They didn't really take advantage of all the benefits of that organization and the training and the education and brand name, and also the ability to make a phone call and somebody know who you are and where you're from. That's always a benefit. And there's several things that I saw that really resonated with me, and I think they're great for us as we move forward, especially in this profession, but sales, marketing, operations, whatever it might happen to be, with regards to how do we handle this transformation that's going on, not only in the industry with technology, but also with the buyer. The buyer is changing dramatically. And if you think about any of your buying experiences, it's changing as well. We were talking earlier on about when you go to buy a new car, you don't want to talk to the salesperson, do you? You want to test drive it and do the finance. You've done all your research. So how do we build that environment where we can engage with people? And I think there's a couple of things. The first thing for me that is essential for all of us as we carry on this journey is agility. Being open to things that we have to try in a slightly different way. We have to be able to look at the environment and not continue to repeat the things that aren't working, and challenge ourselves. And challenge ourselves to the point where we go outside our comfort zone. Because what typically happens is we end up in our routine of doing the things that we do every day, and we don't challenge and push ourselves to find, is there a different way we can do it? Could we try something else? So the first thing I'd urge you all to do is really get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's a great place to be when you're changing the game, you're trying something new, you're looking for something else that hasn't worked so far. If your LinkedIn outbound campaign's not working, there's no point thinking, oh, I did have a great day today, I sent another 50 LinkedIn emails. If they're not responding, they're not responding. Find something different, try something new, find a different way to which we can engage. And one of the ways that I think I've seen, and I'll be pleased to talk about this later, that's really starting to resonate with people is if you are genuinely curious about what people are trying to do. Genuinely curious. Not asking the medic questions, not asking spin questions, not asking the questions because that's what you need to do to get through your sales process, but truly care about what they're trying to achieve. Really understand it. And I think what happens as tech drives our industry, as AI will start to do lead nurturing, as the email campaigns will start to be more efficient, the targeting will start to be better, the bit that's going to resonate that will make you different is you. You as an individual, your personality, your character, your style, your engagement, your enthusiasm, the bit that sells you. Because if you think about everyone here who's been for an interview, who interviewed remotely? Who interviewed over the phone only? No, because why? Because people still buy from people. Even if you're selling yourself, it's still a people game. And I think the challenge is we don't challenge ourselves enough sometimes to look at, have I really done something today that's changing the way that I execute? Have I done something today that's going to resonate with the person I'm trying to talk to? So if you're trying to get to the C-suite and the C-suite won't speak to you, what do? Well, you have to hold yourself accountable. That's what you're paid to do, to get to the C-suite. There's no point saying that, oh, the sales play didn't work, or the marketing's not very good, or I haven't got inbound leads. Because I don't know about you, I've asked for credit on my quota because the leads aren't working, and it's never worked. It's never worked. So why worry about it? There's nothing you can do about it. So change it. Go down the layer below, find out what they're interested in, do a targeted email campaign on the Monday, drop something on the Wednesday, send them something in the post on recorded delivery, call them on the Friday, do something different, stand out from the crowd. Because I think if you stand out and you have the ability then for people to go, do you know what, they actually seem to be interested in what I was doing, I think it puts you in a greater position to actually execute and be interested than anything else. And the other part there is about being honest with ourselves as well. Many times we hit metrics because we have to hit the metrics. Did you make your dials? Did you make your calls? Did you do the pickups? Did you do the meetings? We can all hit the metrics. We're very good at positioning who we are and what we do. But we do need to hold ourselves accountable about, was that really effective? Did it really do anything apart from hit the metric? Did I progress something as I move forward? Was there something that I could have done that was slightly different? And I generally think in the world when we're going to move into so much automation, you as individuals and your human skills are going to be the difference between the people who buy and the people who don't from you. So that's where I kind of see the market. The other part of agility is you do have to understand the culture. Thanks, B. Appreciate that. You have to understand the culture. You do have to understand who you're selling to. So this is great us running Medic. It's great us running Spin. But what happens if the person you're selling to doesn't buy that way? There's no point taking them through that process. It doesn't help us, right? It helps us back at the office because we're trying to sell something, but it doesn't help us as individuals. It doesn't help us to actually get to resonate with the person that we're generally interested, curious, and trying to help them. And that's when I think there's the final bit that I wanted to talk about is your brand, your individual brand. In this modern era, we have to be considerate of who we are, how we present ourselves, what people's perceptions are, because it is a small world. It is a very, very small world. And I think in everything we engage, we have to understand about every action we take has a downstream ripple effect, positive or negative, client side and customer side as well. And I think one of the things we can all do as sales professionals, this is one of the hardest jobs in the world. We have to take hits every single time, right? There's more no's than there are yeses. We have to look at how do we handle those no's. Do we blame other people? Do we blame marketing again? Do we blame the SE because the presentation wasn't right? If the presentation wasn't right, well, how come your dry run wasn't right? Let's take accountability for it. And I think what you will find, the supporting resources inside companies, if you take the accountability, if you are curious, if you are interested, they will then start to resonate around you, and you will build a strong virtual team of people who want to help you be successful. And that would be my final comment, which is your brand is key. Make sure you represent yourself the way you want to be represented, the way you want people to perceive who you are, but also so you can go back and look at, I did a good job that day. It was right. I tried the right stuff. So I hope that was of use. I'll be here for the panel, and I look forward to talking later on. Thank you very much.